about the shortstop, just a guy who can kind of do a little bit of everything in all phases. I'm not sure he's going to steal quite as many bases as Pollock, but I do think a guy has a chance to stick a shortstop and contribute in all facets. Has a lot of value.
Right. Now, I mean, I love A.J. Pollock. He's one of my favorite players. I just had one of my listeners type in, say how we had him on daily fantasy all the time here. But I love the kid. Who is more important? Who would you rather tie up long-term, Pollock or Goldschmidt? I don't think you guys are going to get both long-term, 5-7 years or whatever. But who would you rather tie up now?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, they're both around the same age. So, I mean, you're starting to get to a point where, do you want to extend Goldschmidt beyond what he's already signed at and, paying huge free agent dollars for, probably the back end of his career. And then when you're looking at Pollock, he's a guy whose game is very much driven by his legs.
Yeah.
And he's, coming off his age 27 season, he's under control for, 28, 29, 30. Look at what happens to most center fielders when they hit 30. So I don't know. I think it's a fair question. I'm not sure which one I see. I guess you have to say you see Goldschmidt aging better just because we have more evidence of him being awesome.
Right.
I'm not entirely convinced that Pollock is the hitter he was last year. I really believe in him, but I'm not sure I'm ready to gamble $100-something million on it.
Sure. I mean, let's see how he did. The book's out on him. Let's see how he can adjust. I hear you. How about, speaking of adjusting, how about Peralta? I don't know how many people know, but he was originally a pitcher, correct? And he's made one of the greatest adjustments to playing outfield I can remember since what's his name for St. Louis. But he's doing great. You got Yoenis Tomas out in right field. Great solid core. I just mentioned one of the best shortstops I think defensively in Ahmed. I think I like Chris Owings. Jacob Lamb not bad at third. You guys got a solid lineup, but as far as depth, I guess it got a little better. I guess where I'm going is, where is the one glaring weakness, and do you guys have anybody left in the farm system to come up and sort of fill that?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see what you're saying with all those position players. I think that there are things to like about all of them. Owen, Segura, Ahmed on the infield, Peralta, Tomas in the outfield. There's also some reasons to be concerned. Especially the infielders, they haven't really shown that they can hit at this level consistently. Ahmed probably is a strong enough defender that he's able to overcome, or I guess I should say offset any of those offensive shortcomings. Sure. I think that his value is pretty legitimate with what he brings with the glove. So, I mean, those are kind of concerns. Is Owings Segura going to hit? Is Tomas going to be able to, is he more of the guy that he was in the first half or more the guy that he was in the second half last year?
Right.
Is he ever going to develop power? They do have guys like Brandon Drury, who is a third baseman by trade, but has played a little bit of second, and Socrates Brito, who can play all three outfield positions. As guys that are kind of safety nets, I guess, for this team. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to play out, but they do have some guys they could go to if things don't work out.
Okay, great. And then obviously, I like the fact, I like seeing this. I know you guys got a new big TV deal down there, and Kendrick decided to put money back in the team. He probably got Greinke because he did defer about $63 million to after 2021, but it's good to see. You get La Russa there, who obviously knows how to win and wants to win. The thing where I'm going with this is the bullpen. Something you don't see too often where a bullpen will carry three lefties. La Russa's famous for it. He did it in St. Louis. He did it here. You also have he's basically a sidearm closer, right? I would call him that. Yeah. How's the bullpen looking? Is basically it was a long way to get to that question, but
well, I mean, I think that they have some interesting guys. Brad Ziegler is their closer right now. I don't think that anybody would look at him and consider him a dominant guy. but if you look at his career numbers, they're pretty amazing. He has a sub 2.5 ERA in his career. If you go and play around on the baseball references play index and you sort it by guys with 500 career appearances in the big leagues all time, Ziegler has the 8th best ERA, which is crazy to think about. I mean, I know it's, there's all sorts of reasons why. I mean, you play around with the numbers. There's all sorts of reasons why the list has him that high. But
sure.
If you look at it in terms of contemporaries, he's up there with Papelbon, Billy Wagner, Mariano Rivera. Those are the 3 guys that are ahead of him on that list among contemporaries, and certainly he doesn't get the credit that some of those other guys get. Beyond that, they've got a lot of guys that have some good arm strength. They're guys that are strike throwers and guys that have had some success recently. Whether it's Daniel Hudson, Andrew Chafin, some intriguing names, like Silvino Bracho or Enrique Burgos. They added Tyler Clippard as a free agent in the offseason.
Right.
So, I mean, they've got some options down there, and they've got some more guys even beyond the ones that I mentioned. Like a lot of organizations do these days, it seems like clubs have, arm strength guys, at every level. There's 3 or 4 guys.
It's crazy now, yeah.
Double A on up that throw 95 miles an hour. And the Diamondbacks have a lot of those. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I do think they have options.
Yeah, Hudson, I remember before the surgery, he was throwing heat. I mean, he's coming, second year off Tommy John. So isn't Corbin, who I love Corbin. I hope he has a nice, healthy season. He was awesome at the end of the year. I seen some numbers about him throwing quality starts with under 83 pitches he was the first person to do that since like 1993. He had a great end of the season. Obviously, I don't know, is the fourth one locked up? Is De La Rosa going to be it, or is Robbie Ray? What's the deal with that?
De La Rosa is going to be the 4. I mean, I would bet large sums of money that Robbie Ray is going to be the 5, but they haven't officially named that because they want to at least have the perception of competition in camp.
Sure, excellent. All right, man, I appreciate it. I'm going to do 5 quick questions, a little rapid fire here to close it out, and we'll go from there. I know you're busy. All right, you ready?
All
right. World Series matchup. Who's in it?
Oh gosh. I hadn't actually thought about this one yet.
I get the same response from everybody I ask in March, so don't feel bad about it.
Yeah, I guess I'll say, I do like the Mets pitching staff, so I'll go with them. And then in the American League, I'll go with the Rangers.
Nice. I love the Rangers this year myself. Total wins for Arizona this year. We'll say over under 83.
I'll take the over, I guess.
All right, sounds good. Who do you think will be the most surprising team of the season? Who's the one to watch out for? That's a tough one too.
Yeah, let me think about this here. I guess I'll say the Padres only because it seems like everybody's expecting them to be as bad as the rest of the 100 loss teams that, you kind of look at it and you see the Phillies and the Reds and the Brewers and the Rockies and the Braves, clubs that really aren't trying. I think the Padres are trying a little more than those clubs, so I'll say they'll surprise.
I agree with you. MVP of the league this year.
In the National League?
National League, yep.
I don't know.
Health-wise, obviously.
Like a lame thing to say, but Bryce Harper.
No, it's all good. All right, last one, and I know you went to. I wanted to parlay this somehow into the question about Arizona State because I know you went there. What's up with Bobby Hurley over there? How do you guys? What's the boosters and everyone think about that system?
Honestly, I don't follow it.
Oh, you don't follow it? All right.
I'm still kind of amazed that Bobby Hurley is the coach. It just seems weird to me, but I'm sorry, I have no insight on that.
No, it's fine. I mean, it is what it is. So, all right, so that'll do it, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully, maybe we can catch up later in the year for like an all-star break, little review or something like that, and we'll stay in touch. Keep me in the loop with any injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah, man, anytime.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, take care.
All right, bye. All right. So that was Nick. Appreciate him coming on. You can't beat talking to these guys, honestly. And I wanted to get more into it as I go. I should probably start writing some of this down, obviously, of what I want to ask. But the life of a beat writer, right? It sounds great on the surface. You get to travel with the team and everything. It's a lot of work. You're traveling with the team. It's a grind, Fed. 9 months, But, I mean, I know many that, on off days on the road, they'll go out, they'll have, go out to dinner with the players, everything like that. So you sort of live in the life. If anybody knows anything about the team and you're going to get anything from any of them, because you're not going to get anything from the GM and the manager. These are the guys that know it all, really, about their team. So I appreciate him coming on once again. Tomorrow, I believe we're going to San Diego tomorrow. I still have it up in the air between San Diego and the Dodgers, so I don't want to commit to that. I'll let you guys know later in the show. But, so what I was going to do, obviously, I'm writing down everyone we talk to in March. We'll write down their World Series matchups, see which ones match up. Also, MVP, we'll get the vote there. Maybe we'll throw a little future on those. I was going to ask him who was going to win the NCAA tournament, but he said he doesn't really follow, so we'll back up off that. But that's another question I want to ask these guys. So, Padres, too. Who would have thought? Let's get into the rest of the day, guys, right? We'll do that. Like I said, it's just a quick focus on that. So let's get back into college basketball, right? A couple games on the slate. We got Virginia going into Clemson. Virginia, what do they got to play for? Let me plug this back in. Maybe you'll get a little better sound quality. Sorry, guys, you're going to have to adjust your volume a little bit. So anyway, Virginia coming off the big win against North Carolina after losing in Miami. They come in needing to hang on. They need another win. I mean, they're in the tournament and everything. They got a big game on deck against Louisville to close out the season. And Clemson, if there is, and there's some life left in there, I guess. They had a lot of good wins in the middle of the season that, if they can get this win against Virginia, they're in. They go to BC to close out the year. We got Virginia senior night in Clemson. As far as an opinion on this one, I know we did a lot of dancing around it. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of this game. But, we'll go from there. Eugene, spring training in 30 minutes. Yes, sir. Funny, I watched the Red Sox a doubleheader yesterday, so I already got a little taste of it. And been watching college baseball a lot as well. So already in the swing of it. I meant to ask him about that. They're playing Arizona today, down there in Arizona. The D-backs are playing Arizona. He's awesome. He's my go-to guy for Arizona pitching in the preseason. He's got it all up for me. Who's starting on which day. So big shout out to him, man. Let's talk about EPL. I don't know when this is, but my soccer guy's sending it to me right now, so I'm going to share it over the airways. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to. Southampton at a pick. West Brom +1. Chelsea money line. Don't know when those start. If someone can let me know, as long as they don't start at 12:45, I'm good. On to the next one. We don't get much value in that Virginia game. Miami, Ohio with Buffalo, not much opinion there. Central Michigan, Ball State. Ball State's a low favorite here. You look at Central Michigan as an underdog on the road, a small underdog, right, of 3 or less. The under has an unbelievable trend. All 3 went under this year. You look at the last 3 years, 6 out of 7 went under. You go back to 97, 14 out of 18 went under. It's a pretty crazy trend. You look at Ball State as a favorite, 2-7 ATS this year, 3-8, 3-10 overall. You look at them at a home favorite of 3 points or less, 0-3 straight up, 0-3 ATS. They just don't like this spot. Tuesdays, 3-12 ATS. Just not a good spot for them. As far as the conference goes, I'm not sure. I think they're tied. Are they tied? I don't have it up. Either way, I think they might be tied with Northern Illinois, but I could be mistaken. I don't have it in front of me. it's something that you probably want to look at if this game means anything at all.